What is going on, YouTube? I know a lot of you are downloading Street Fighter V right now because of the PlayStation Plus deal. The game is free. A lot of people are coming in. Thank you all who are supporting the channel and checking out the video to help new players and beginners get into Street Fighter V and kind of fighting games in general. I wanted to make this video because I think this is a big point of discussion on what characters are easy to pick up, and not a lot of people are asking the opposite polar end of that question, which is which characters should you probably not be hitting up right away, depending on how much fighting games you play. So big roster, a lot of characters to pick from, and it can be kind of daunting to look at this and go, okay, well, who's easy, who to win with, I think is the question people want. Not necessarily who's easy to play, but who's easier to score a little bit of winning it with. And so when I suggest some of these characters, keep in mind it may be easy to do well with them in bronze or silver or gold, but they aren't necessarily a high tier character. So once you start getting past that plateau, unless you want to become a character expert at that character, you will kind of plateau off or fall off, and then you might start looking at another character, or you may have wasted a bunch of time and feel like, what was the point? My ultimate thing I always say, pick a character you think looks fun, looks cool, play the shit out of that. It makes learning the game infinitely easier, way better. You take losses easier because, you know, you're hanging with your boy or your girl and you're going through the trenches, the salt mines of getting your ass kicked in Street Fighter. So the 5 easiest, and I think this is like a no-brainer for the first two, Ryu and Ken. They are some of the easiest characters to play in this game and do well with. They have extremely great options. They've got zoning tools with fireballs. They've got ways to close the distance with Tatsumaki. They both have big damage. They have great buttons for footsies and anti-airs. They have get the hell off me options with Shoryukens. And they're not mechanically over the top to play. They've got fairly easy V triggers to grasp. You got to remember, when Street Fighter is made, whenever a new version title is being made by Capcom, or any fighting game by Capcom that Ryu is in, they start with him as the baseline, the blueprint. They make Ryu for that game, and then everyone else gets built around him. So when people tell you, hey, you should just learn to play Street Fighter by learning to play Ryu, yeah, it's because the fundamentals are with him. You'll learn every aspect really to the game, and if you can start hanging with Ryu, you can inject all the information you learn from him into any other character in the roster. Ken operates differently. I mean, he has the same moves, but honestly, you just pick whichever one you think is cooler, in my opinion, and run with it if you are fine playing those. Now, moving past these two characters, the other 3 that I would absolutely suggest, again, we're trying to find you low barrier of entry, big reward. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Low barrier of entry, big reward. I personally think this is the #1 character for that. Necali. Necali is the definition of you should be able to get to gold if you learn him. Like, and it's not a lot. He's got a couple charge moves, but he again has all these tools that we were talking about with Ken and Ryu. A gap closer, great punishes from afar. He doesn't have a fireball, but he has a pound on the ground that hits from far out, can deal with a fireball war that way. And he's got a get off me move with his own version of a Shoryuken, where he kind of like Wolverine jet uppers his way off the ground. The tool he gets that's crazy that Riyu and Ken don't is he has a command grab. And what that allows you to do is, off of one knockdown, scare the shit out of your opponent that you might command grab, you might not command grab, set up meaties. You can do a ton of stuff with Necali. And while he is not a top tier character at this point, you will never notice that. You can probably get up into high platinum if you learn to play a very solid Necali. He does huge damage for next to damn nothing. He is one of the best at big comebacks in this game. He is just messed up. His V trigger turns him Super Saiyan, and he will run that shit down and make big mollywomp comebacks. This guy is one of the best. If you're just starting out learning, you want to learn the game with him, you're going to learn charge moves, you're going to learn command grabs, you're going to learn spacing, great footsies, and you're not gonna have to do a lot of like very long intricate combos to get big damage to happen. Just a great mix-up machine. He's got it all. Moving on, fourth character, as far as ease getting into, absolutely M Bison. M Bison has a couple of kind of tricky things that you could do, but this character is he's pretty cheap, and he's been consistently good in my opinion through all of Street Fighter's career. He's placed very high right now. He is a charge character, so that might scare some of you guys. I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you're not into charge characters, then obviously look into some of the other things that we've been suggesting, maybe like Riyu and Ken. Big damage, great V trigger options, a lot of control of the space of the screen, great pressure, got the ability to basically teleport around the screen. I mean, this guy, he's got some really good things. He's not as crazy as some of the other ones we mentioned, but as far as like how hard is he to learn, he's not. Again, solid medium upper high damage for not doing very much, and he gets to really dictate, play on words, dictator, he gets to dictate kind of the tempo of a match quite often, unless he's playing against a command grab character that is completely riding him down after one knockdown. But that's kind of most of the cast once you get knocked down by something that has command grab like Armika or Zangief. All right, our final contestant. Who is the fifth character that, out of all these, there's a lot of other characters that are simple on paper. Like, I'll talk about Guile for a second and why he doesn't make it. He's got two moves. He's got a sonic boom and he's got a flash kick. On paper, that seems quite easy, but to do some of his combos and to make use of his V trigger, you kind of need a higher level of execution. You're going to be watching more videos. You're going to be dropping that shit online. You're probably going to lose more than you think playing him. Other people, for another easy character, might look at something like Sagat, you know, fireballs, knees, uppercuts. You got to learn really good spacing with Sagat to even start chucking these fireballs, or else you get road. Birdie, you know, a lot of people picked him in the beginning because he was so easy to work. He's gotten nerfed significantly. He's still got the juice, but I think he's kind of more of a mid-tier gotta learn character. Another easy character that a lot of people would suggest is someone like G, but I feel like G is a character that is easy to do well with once you know Street Fighter better. He doesn't necessarily teach you good Street Fighter fundamentals and pick things up. So without further ado, the fifth and final character, and I was between Chun Li and Cammy, but I went with Cammy. Cammy's got, again, great buttons. She's got great pressure. She's got an air throw. She isn't a charge character. She is, again, similar to Bison. If you like the idea of Bison, pressure, don't have to do too much, get to dictate and control the pacing of a match. Cammy gets to rush your shit down. She's got great pokes and she's going to get a lot of damage. She's got solid mix-up potential off of things like hooligan or throw not being a throw and being a crush counter button. Cammy's awesome. Plus, she's a waifu, so you should be good. Those are my 5 you should pick. Learn the game with. Are there other characters that fall into this line that we could have absolutely thrown in here? Yes, this is my opinion. This isn't some factual thing. This is just me trying to help you out. If any of these 5 characters interest you, you can probably pick up, learn the game, start winning quicker learning these characters. This does not mean you are just going to start winning because you pick Cammy and you're not going to put in any goddamn time to learn anything about her. Doesn't work with any of these characters. Still got to put in time to learn, but your level of time input to receive an output minimized. All right, what characters should we stay away from? Number 1, stay away from Dhalsim. None of you know how to do like a million different versions of pokes properly spaced, drill being at the right freaking space. When do you teleport? How do you do a off the ground tiger knee motion to get a quick fly? Don't even look at Dhalsim. You ain't ready. If you love him and you're going to commit to him, sure, like I said, that's fine for every character. But if you're here watching this video with the idea of, hey, I want to get good fast and I don't want to spend time on a character that I am just going to lose a shit ton of with, probably stay away from Dhalsim. That's number 1. Number 2, and one of my favorites to play as, Zangief. Don't do this to yourself. There are only a few people in the world that get to rock Zangief and do very well with him. it is hard, especially in this game. In Street Fighter 4, he was a way easier recommend. He had green hand, he had a way better lariat. He was a scary character, especially in like vanilla Street Fighter 4. Here, the amount of damage that he gets for what he does, so many other characters in the cast can get more damage than him, right? He isn't even necessarily the best command grab character in the game. I still think like people like Armika get to run your shit down way better. Laura's a better command grab character half the damn time compared to Geef. Geef is like, I love this character, I really want to just be a big dude who wrestle bears. That's it. No other reason should you be looking at this dude. Okay. Option or number 3 we don't want to look at is Ibuki. She is more of a complex character. You're going to be learning some really technical shit off of her V triggers, her setups, super jump cancels. Like, she's got a lot of juice here. This is a technical character. You got to watch people like Sakanoko play her to really see why that character is like, oh shit, maybe I don't want to mess with that. All right, that's 3 characters down. Trying to make this quick and easy for you guys. Don't want to overstay my time. Number 4, Manat. Damn, she's cool, right? Look at this character. Cool as shit. Some of the best skins in the game. Dope AF. This is a uphill battle of uphill battles, okay? It is not Rose. This is weird. It's awkward. It's unique. It doesn't teach you Street Fighter. It teaches you not in Street Fighter 5. She is playing her own little game, okay? Probably gonna confuse the shit out of you about figuring out how to do her ball combos and like, wait, you gotta throw this one, but then you gotta do another one to get it come back, and then how do I use her V trigger? Like, don't even. You're gonna hurt your mind trying to figure out this character. The last 2, and it's very similar to what we were trying to learn here for the last one, is, wait, did we do 3? We did Dawson? Hell no. Geef, hell no. Ibuki, hell no. We did the last one. This is where I got mixed up, where I was like, who do I include for number 5? All right, Zaku is crazy hard. You got to learn 2 different versions of him, changing from one form to another to create his combos. I mean, this dude is swag on swag, but you will get bopped. And then the other one that I was like, you know, people probably shouldn't be playing her, Falke. She's not necessarily difficult, but like her whole having to hold buttons down and then releasing in order to get moves to come out is way more pain in the ass. These are almost a tie for me, but I'm still gonna go with Zaku being the 5th character that you probably want to stay away from. This dude is complicated as shit. It looks cool if you want to be a character expert. He'll still teach you Street Fighter, but you're gonna be basically learning 2 characters at once. It's weird, it's awkward, but it's cool as shit. Okay, bonus. 1 character bonus that I wanted to mention, and I saved this motherfucker for last. Okay, this is Rashid. Don't play Rashid. I hate you if you play Rashid. Rashid is mad good. Okay, in the top 5 characters we were talking about that are easy to pick up, he's like a pinch, a smidge, maybe more complicated than some of these other characters. And this dude rides your ass. He is the number 1, just rush you down, control space, stupid ass comeback, stupid ass overhead setup. This dude is whack as shit. All right, I love this character. He's cool as hell. He's got the best theme song in the game. I saved him for last because if you think he looks cool, yeah, you're gonna win. Yeah, you're gonna go far. Just a preface, bonus 1. If I had to take someone out from the top 5 that we were talking about on like who's good, I'd probably drop Bison and then switch it over for Rashid, because he is better than Bison in my opinion. That's just that. To like quickly pick up, learn. He's not complicated in my opinion. His combos are pretty easy. His pokes are pretty easy. And again, super nice comeback potential depending on which of his V triggers, V skills, and things like that you're using. So there you go, guys. Leave off in the comments if you think someone else is easier. I'm sure there's a couple of Abigail motherfuckers that want to really type and be like, you should pick Abigail, you just punch stuff and win. I still think Abigail is a little bit harder than some of these other characters we talked about. Leave your comments, feel free to sub, Hope this video helps you. Let me know how your grind in Street Fighter V is going on your come up, and you know, stay horny, and maybe I'll catch you next time. Yeah, yeet. Dab, 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 dab.